The first time the Ring doorbell flickered to life at 3:07 a.m., I thought it was nothing. A trick of poor wiring, a passing car, a moth pressed too close to the lens. But then it happened again, and again. Same time, same static. White noise bleeding across the screen like a face trying to press through, but never quite making it. I sat alone in the living room, staring at the feed. My wife slept upstairs. Or at least I thought she did. I sent the clip to tech support, a pointless act of procedure, an attempt to prove to myself that the world still ran on logic. When the phone rang back, the man's voice broke that illusion. "Sir," he whispered. His breathing was uneven. "Take your family and leave. I'm dispatching emergency services to your location now." The line went dead. And suddenly, silence wasn't silence anymore. It was a weight pressing into the walls of my house. At first, I thought it was about the doorbell. Ghost stories for rational men. Static in wires, nothing more. But his words burrowed into me. "Take your family and leave." So I went upstairs. The bed was empty. My wife's phone missing. The garage door faintly humming. And that's when I saw it. Her laptop still open on the desk. A video paused mid-frame. Not security footage, not emails, a live call. A man's voice caught in mid-laugh. Her voice followed, soft, intimate, the kind of softness she hadn't given me in years. The static hadn't been random. The system had caught fragments of something it wasn't supposed to see. A private channel bleeding into my feed. Infidelity doesn't strike like thunder. It seeps in like water, cold and numbing, until you realize the floor beneath you has rotted away. I closed the laptop, sat in the dark, my son asleep down the hall, my wife gone in the night with someone else. The agent's words echoed again, "Leave now." But I didn't leave, not yet. I played the role of silence, a husband who noticed nothing. But inside, I sharpened myself. Phone records, deleted texts restored, private folders pulled from the cloud, dates, times, hotels, patterns so precise they almost resembled love, except it wasn't love, it was erasure. Her eyes still met mine at breakfast, her lips still pressed to my cheek before work, but now I measured each gesture like a scientist cataloging decay. I tested her. A casual mention of a street she had no reason to know. A glance at my watch when she returned home too late. She flinched each time, barely noticeable, but to me, it was scripture, proof. And always the static returned at 3:07. The house itself mocking me. It wasn't random, it was a reminder, a clock striking only for me. The truth came in the form of a manila envelope slid across a mahogany desk. DNA results, surveillance stills, receipts, her face beside his, her hand on his chest, her body in a bed I didn't own. I waited until evening, dinner laid out, wine poured. She walked in smiling, carrying groceries, humming like nothing had shifted. I placed the envelope on the table, said nothing. She froze, fingers tightening on the bag handles until plastic tore. Her face crumbled, shock, fear, the desperate scramble of a liar exposed. "Please, it's not what you think," she whispered, but it was exactly what I thought, and worse. I sipped the wine, my heartbeat steady, my silence louder than any accusation. She begged, tears spilling, words tripping over themselves in a frantic plea for forgiveness. I let her choke on them. Then I slid my phone across the table. The open message thread stared back at her, the one I had sent hours earlier, to his wife. Her face went pale. The groceries rolled across the floor. I told her everything, I said calmly. Every date, every hotel, every detail. Her mouth opened, but no sound came. "That static you thought was hidden?" I leaned back. It wasn't hidden from me. The silence that followed was surgical, cold, final. She wasn't crying for me anymore. She was crying for herself. I didn't stay to watch the collapse. I left her sitting there, shattered among broken eggs and torn receipts, the envelope bleeding truth across the table. I checked on my son, sleeping peacefully, unaware, innocent. The static didn't return that night, or the next, because I had learned what it meant. It wasn't a glitch, it was a warning. The system had shown me what lived inside my own house, and now that I'd seen it, there was no going back. I no longer needed to. Some ghosts don't haunt you. They show you who was haunting you all along.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.